If you've ever wondered what it's like maintaining a huge tropical plant display like mine here in downtown Denver, well, boy, are you in for it now. Okay, let me start by saying that I do love having this beautiful plant display, but sometimes it can be a pain when you're trying to maintain it because I had all the water flow or the airflow going really well, and then I think I readjusted one of the fans and it wasn't hitting in the right direction. So the humidifier off to the left side just started going, and yeah, so now I'm squeegeeing off um, the condensation, the water that built up on this side. I'm sorry, Orchid, I didn't mean to hit you. And so I didn't notice this until earlier today when I noticed some people trying to look into the plant display who were just checking it out as they were walking by. And this happens all the time if you've ever wondered. And they were looking in, and so I'm like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to grab video of them, not on the plant cam. But then as I was filming it, I'm like, oh man, yeah, I should probably squeegee this stuff off and clean it up. So that is my first mission today with the plant display. Luckily, it is currently a Saturday as I'm recording this. I have the day off, so don't have to worry about other stuff getting in the way. But yeah, it's also interesting because what I need to do when I get to some of these plants is, especially when I need to take care of them, is I need to move others out of the way in order to get to these ones. And man, oh man, can that be a hassle sometimes? But it is worth it because I love, love, love the way that it looks. And then watering some of these bigger plants, as you've seen in past videos, it can be a little bit of challenge, some might say a challenge, because trying to get those off of their perches, and fortunately they are easier to get to, but still it's like you have to move past other plants, move furniture around in the living room, and yeah. So anyways, I'm over here complaining as I absolutely love doing this, and it really is, I kid you not, like a sense of joy and pride that I have with this display, because it wasn't just those folks who walked by earlier today who I've seen while doing this plant display. I mean, take a look at some of the past videos that have been recorded on the plant cam, which is my little camera up in the corner there, just to make sure the plants are fine and safe while I'm away. It has captured so many people who just really enjoyed seeing this display since I first put it up in September of last year. And I like to change it up a lot. And a lot of that is not only with the plants, but also with the aesthetic looks. In fact, above the plants, you will see there are these string lights. They're called Govee string lights. And I also have the Govee cube lights around here as well. And what I like to do is I change the look and the colors of those lights every now and then to kind of give a different appeal at night and a different vibe to the plants. And so I did a video piece, and you can click up on the corner right now to see it, about me setting those up, because man, oh man, was that an issue to begin with. But speaking of issues, a look down here, because I spy with my Kevin eye a plant that needs a good watering. Yep, that baby is dried out. So what we're going to do now is go over and water it. And I think there's that other flamingo flower over there needs a good watering too. Okay, and so now that I have both flamingo flowers, I will then try to carve out a walkway, which I actually have built one right over here, so I can easily access the plants. And then I will go and water them. By the way, I noticed a couple others that need a good watering in there. Man, oh man, aren't these beautiful? This is why I put them in plastic pots, clear plastic pots, so I can also see how their watering is and what their root growth is like. So I'll be back. So another thing I'll obsessively do while I am checking on the plants and cleaning up the display is I will come out here and I will look through from the outside to see what it looks like. Well, at least try to when the sun glares like this, just to make sure that everything is aesthetically pleasing, like for the folks who walked by earlier, and just to make sure that everything looks like it's in tip-top shape. Obviously, this clearly was not the best time of day to come and check it out. But hey, at least the weather is nice in Denver today. Okay, so while those plants are drying off, there are a couple more over here that I need to water, like that philodendron splendid. I'm going to do that in a second, but boy, I have to tell you guys, I'm 40 years old, and if you were to ask younger Kevin, hey Kevin, did you think that at 40 you're going to have this crazy tropical plant display that you're constantly going to have to check on and take care of? I probably would have said no, but that sounds awesome at 40, and it is. But I want to tell you guys this, and for that, let's just head back out here. And that's simply because I wanted to give you guys a wider view of the full look of the jungle from the living room side. So when I designed this, and I know I've mentioned this in past videos, I had two things in mind. One, I wanted it to be aesthetically pleasing for the folks who would be walking by in downtown Denver. I'm on the first floor of my building, huge windows, and with Coors Field only a block away, there's a lot of foot traffic that goes by here. So I love having people be able to see these beautiful plants on display. But number two, I also want it to be aesthetically pleasing from this side for myself, my husband, and our guests. Because I just didn't want it to be all about those people, you know? Those people, jeez, I'm just kidding. I want it to be enjoyable for both of us. So on this side, also have beautiful accent lights that I found really cheap at like places like Ross or Goodwill or on Amazon. And then the crates on the other side. So on the front sides of the crates, in the front part of the display, you'll notice that there's plants on the insides of them and, you know, so forth. But on the back side, also plants here with nice lights as well. Now, designing this whole jungle was actually cheaper than you think it might be. I wish I had a cost estimate, but I never really put that together. But keep in mind, these are just crates. I mean, regular crates. And so think about that. They're really cheap. You stack them together. I like to look at them as like plant parent Legos, the way that I like to play and design with them. You stack them together, gives that urban jungle vibe, design, and then you just find like cheap lights to put inside of it. I mean, for instance, this one over here, I got it at $5 at like a Ross or a Home Goods. So there's really cheap ways of going about it. The important things that you need to keep in mind about creating an urban jungle like this is making sure that this will replicate and provide the plants with the needs that they have. Keep in mind, these are tropical beauties, and they're used to South America and Central America kind of conditions. I live in Denver, Colorado, where the climate here is really dry, and it can be very cold in the winters. Trust me, it has been really cold this winter. But I only have western-facing windows, and yes, I do have this beautiful, huge window here. But right now, that sunlight isn't as great as I would hope it would be. Spring and summer, yeah, it's nice, you know, it's pouring in. But to make up for that, I have grow lights around here for the plants. There's one right there, one right there, one right there, and one right there. So 4 big grow lights. So bright indirect light is exactly what these plants want and need to thrive. So they have it year round. The other 2 major factors are humidifiers. I have one over on that side, one over on this side. Both are 10-gallon humidifiers, and they are constantly shooting out humidity into the air. I like to keep the humidity at the very least at 60%. Oh man, has it been tough during the winter months, especially this winter, because the moment we turn that heat on, oh boy, it just like zaps it all away. But yeah, I try to keep it at 60% if possible. And I also have humidifiers that have a Bluetooth function on them where I can monitor the humidity levels inside while I'm away to see where they're at. And if I need to crank up the humidity, I can do that from my phone. Game changer. I mean, for any plant parent or person who wants to create an urban jungle, game changer. I'll put the links in the description below to the ones that I have, so you can consider them purchasing them as well. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my plenty videos, and if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell for more fun and interesting planty content just like this. Oh, by the way, if you want to know more about how I went about designing this whole thing, click on this video up in the corner because I do an interesting breakdown as to like what goes into it, and the stress. Oh my God, I don't even want to talk about the stress. We'll say that for another episode. And I'll see you guys in the next video.